Hello artists, this is Miss Kampson. How are you today? Our artwork today is going to be inspired by the artist Laurel Burch. You can see from this example that her artwork is very whimsical. That means it's bright, colorful, and fun. She uses a lot of patterns in her artwork, which are repetitive decorative designs. For our assignment today, you're going to need some oil pastels. Crayons would be a great substitute if you don't have that. Some watercolors or tempera cakes, and some watercolor paper or drawing paper. If you don't have paint at home, you can easily do this project with crayons, colored pencils, markers, cut paper, anything that you have at home. We are going to be making a whimsical cat inside of a frame, inspired by Laurel Burch. I hope you enjoyed that video of Laurel and seeing how she uses her artwork to spread positivity in the world. So let's get started. We're going to take our black oil pastel and draw the frame first. To draw the frame, at the top of my paper, I'm going to draw a line that goes from side to side. That is a horizontal line, and that is the top of my frame. I'm going to do the same thing near the bottom, 2 horizontal lines. To make the sides of my frame, I'm going to make 2 vertical lines. Vertical lines go up and down. One on this side and another over here. Easy, right? Now I have the frame of my artwork. Here's the tricky part. Now we're going to draw the cat. If you want to scroll down on the blog post, you can see step-by-step directions of how to draw this cat, and we're just going to follow those directions. So near the top corner of my paper inside of my frame, I'm going to draw like the letter W, nice and big. It's got a curved bottom. This is the head of my cat, so I need it nice and big. And you can see it's in like the top left corner. The next thing that you're going to do is add the ears. 2 lines down and straight across. Now you have the cat's head. And let's give him a nose. The bottom of a rectangle. Here we're starting to draw our cat now. The eyes are the shapes of footballs, right? 2 curved lines, one that goes up and one that goes down. The same on this side. 2 curved lines to create the eyes. I'm also going to use curved lines inside of the eyes on either side to make the eyeballs, and a little circle inside. It's really starting to look like a Laurel Burch cat. Don't forget a little mouth at the bottom, and of course we need whiskers. We're using black so that our lines are nice and bold and they really pop in our artwork. The next thing you're going to do is draw the body of the cat. Starts from about here, and it's a big curved line. You want to make sure that it comes close to your frame but not touching. So here we go. A nice curved lines, close but not touching. Same at the bottom and right there. Perfect. Now we have a cat body. We need 2 front paws for our little cat, so that's going to come right from our face and go straight down. And we're almost going to draw another W again. Here's one and another, and we connect to our big curved line. We are missing something. We need a cat tail, right? Cats always wagging their tails. We need a cat tail. So it's going to be like the backwards letter S. It kind of sounds complicated, but just watch. We're going to draw a backwards S. Nice and easy, right? And then just make that into more of a shape by adding another line next to it and making sure that's a nice curve. Our cat is totally done and it looks great. The last thing that we're going to do with our black oil pastel is do 2 symbols, or 4 symbols, I'm sorry, one on each corner. I like to do 2 the same here and 2 the same here. So I'm going to do a swirl in one, a swirl down here, and maybe a heart over here, and a heart up here. Awesome. The basic drawing that we are going to use for our painting is done. Now we're going to take some colors of oil pastels, any colors you guys have at home, and we're going to add patterns. Remember that patterns are repetitive decorative designs, and you can also scroll down on the blog post for some pattern ideas. Now I'm going to use blue first, and I'm just going to draw some lines inside of my cat. And I'm going to draw some cool zigzag lines. And I don't want to fill up my whole cat with pattern. I want to leave enough room for the paint to be able to show through, right? I don't want to fill up my whole cat with oil pastels. So I'm just drawing some blue zigzag lines. Don't forget to go up the tail. Any kind of lines or patterns you guys want to use, make your cat nice and unique. I'm also going to add some lines on my cat's face. Maybe give it some ears up here, some dots. Just keep filling up your cat with patterns. Let's see, I'm going to add some dots in here as well. You can use multiple colors or the same color. Whatever you want, you are the artist. All right. Now that I'm done with my cat, I'm going to add some patterns to my frame, making sure that they're nice and whimsical, meaning they're really fun. So I'm going to add, let's see, how about some stars on the sides of my frames. Now on each side, this one and this one, I like to keep the patterns the same so that it gives my artwork some unity, which is a principle of design. I don't want everything to look different because I want it to look like it goes together, which is what unity means. All right, and I'm going to do some, how about some curvy wave lines at the bottom. And at the top, I'm going to do the same pattern, just flipped them upside down there. All right, last thing that we're going to do is add some patterns or lines to the background. And since I did some zigzag lines in my cat, I'm just going to add some wavy lines in the background. Whatever you want, whatever colors you want to use. Make your cat nice and unique. All right, I think I'm all done with my drawing. Looks pretty good so far. Now if you're going to be painting along with me, you're going to need some water and a paintbrush and a paper towel, and make sure you have something underneath your paper so you don't ruin the table that you're working on. All right, the first thing that you're going to need to do is wake up your paint. And we know that we do that just by adding some drops of water onto each color. I think I'm going to paint my cat first, and because I used some blue and purple lines, I'm going to use the third cool color, green, and make my cat a cool cat. Do your best to stay inside the lines when you're painting. But the oil pastel is going to resist the watercolor. That means it's not going to accept it. It's going to form a barrier. So you're not going to be able to paint over those awesome bold lines that we painted in the beginning. I'm just going to continue painting my cat green. Now if my paint gets a little scratchy like this, and it's hard to move around, that means I need to add more water and paint on my paintbrush. And the more water you add, the easier it is going to be to move that paint around and really get it into all the parts of your drawing. Now you can see I'm painting my cat just one color, but if you want to make your cat even more interesting, you can use different colors inside of each pattern that you drew. Like I could have given him stripes of different colors if I wanted to. I don't want to forget the eyes either. I'm going to give my cat some pink eyes. Every time I change my color, I'm washing my brush, touching it to the lip just to get all that extra water off, and changing the color. All right, I'm gonna let you guys paint on your own. Here are some examples of what your artwork might look like when you're done. Here is one. I love this little pink cat. And here's a polka dot guy. I hope you guys really like this project. I had so much fun creating with you from home. I miss you all so much, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good day. Bye, guys.